Liam Smith was the worst opponent you could have picked after a year outside the ring. Liam Smith defeats Chris Eubank Jr. by way of knockout in round number 4. I am absolutely in shock. I expected Chris Eubank to win on points. I did not expect any person to win by way of knockout. I even said it on my live stream. Nobody will win by way of knockout. 100% incorrect. But let's talk about this fight. Round number 1 and round number 2, I gave it to Liam Smith. Liam Smith was sharp. He was accurate with his punches. He was aggressive in his approach. He didn't let Eubank Jr. even get word in edgeway. He kept jabbing, kept 1-2 and just applied the pressure whilst having a very, very high guard. Okay, that meant that Eubank was struggling to penetrate that good defense of Liam Smith. Chris Eubank Jr. was inaccurate, especially given the fact that he was out for the best part of a year. It showed that he had a lot of ring rust. He was not ready for the level of Liam Smith that night. And in hindsight, and hindsight is an amazing thing, Liam Smith was the worst opponent you could have picked after a year outside the ring. And especially touting the fact that you were 50%. A guy like Liam Smith is the guy that you do not want to encounter if you are 50%. But then again, this is what happens. In between round number 2 and round number 3, Roy Jones Jr. instructed Chris and said, listen, feint. The feint was going to be a key to Eubank's win. A feint meant that Liam Smith was a bit more tentative in his approach when he was charging forward like a rhino. But what did Chris Eubank Jr. do? The complete opposite. He did not feint. He did not hook to the body, and he just persisted and jabbed. And he just looked worse and worse as the fight went on. And in round number 4, through his complacency, through his lack of defense, and his gloves being near his knees, he was caught flush with a good hook by Liam Smith. And Liam Smith just doubled up on him, just continued the flurry of punches. Eubank could have took a knee. He could have took a knee, waited for the 8 count, and then got back up and recouped himself. But no, he got knocked down and jumped back up like a spring chicken, and there's where he fell off. Couldn't survive for another couple of more seconds throughout the round because Liam Smith was just pounding him, and that's it. Liam Smith is victorious in Manchester on the 21st of January. For me, I think Chris Eubank Jr. at this point, he's at a crossroad. If he wanted to wait a couple more fights and then take a rematch, he could potentially win. But he also has that other option of YouTube boxing, retiring based on the wishes of his father. His father may be like, listen, I prefer you not to fight anymore. And I could be completely understanding of that. But on the other hand, the victor in Liam Smith, and I think that, and I agree with him, should be in line for a world title shot. Whoever's available for a world title shot, whether it's a vacant belt, whether it's a current world champion, it does not matter whatsoever. Liam Smith, next fight, in my opinion, should be for a world title fight or a Munguia rematch, but not a rematch with Chris Eubank Jr. because it's almost high risk and minimal reward. You defeated him before, it's pointless at this point. Go for a world title, get your hands on a belt, and sail off into the sunset. Maybe, fight Chris Eubank Jr. down the line when that is more build up and there's a lot more eyeballs on the rematch. But right now, it's time to get your hands on the strap. I'm very happy with this fight, even though it was pay-per-view. Let's not talk about it because it should not have been on pay-per-view, but that's another story for another day. On the other card, some good wins for React, some good win for Fraser Clark as well, and Joseph Parker, and so on and so forth. And overall, it was a good night of boxing. Thanks for all of you guys who tuned into the watch along. But until next time, Yard Batavia next week. Peace and prosperity, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Peace.